Welcome back to another short Smart Table tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to look at how to download and install Smart Table applications to both the Smart Table Toolkit as well as the Smart Table. You'll see on my screen that I have my Table Toolkit open, and on the left-hand side, we see the list of all of the applications that are available. But currently on the Smart Exchange, there are a total of 24 third-party applications or applications created by companies other than Smart that are designed to be installed into the Table Toolkit and used on the Smart Table with students. Some of these applications are customizable, some of them are not. So like the applications that we've already talked briefly about, Scrapbook and Symphony, for example, if I were to choose one of these and click on the bubble, you can see we get the message here in the Table Toolkit that says this application is not customizable. You'll see a very similar message in some of the applications that can be downloaded from the Smart Exchange. So before we go to the Smart Exchange and download, let me say one more thing about the applications. Many of the activity packs that are available on the Smart Exchange for the Smart Table will contain some of these third-party applications. And before a teacher can use one of those activity packs on the table with their students, they would have to make sure that that application has been installed to the table. So in this video, I'm going to show you not only how to install the application to the activity pack, to the Smart Table Toolkit so that it could be customized if that feature is available, but also I'm going to show you how to install a specific application to the Smart Table so that the students can engage in the activity on the table, whether it can be customized or not. So let's go out to the Smart Exchange and take a look at some of the applications that are available. You've got two options for how you can get to the Smart Exchange. You can choose this tab in the upper left-hand corner of your Smart Table Toolkit that says Online Activity Packs. Or the other option for getting to the Smart Exchange is to simply open your browser and go to exchange.smarttech.com. Because I already have my Table Toolkit open, I'm going to go ahead and click on this tab right here, Online Activity Packs. And it's going to take me out to my browser on the Smart Exchange. Now, because the tab is titled Online Activity Packs and not the Smart Exchange, not only does it take me to the Smart Exchange, but it has a very specific search that is already populated here. For example, you can see where it says search results, it tells us we have a little over 2,000. So what it is searching for specifically is Smart Table activity packs. And you can see that in the brackets here next to each of the names, it says that it's a Smart Activity pack for the table. So this actually is not the search that I want to do right now. What I want to do is search for applications. And if we scroll down just a little bit and come over to the left-hand side, you can see the different software and hardware options that Smart has available. What we're currently searching for right now is Smart Table Activity Packs. But right underneath of it is another option for searching for content for the Smart Table, and that's Smart Table Applications. You can see here it says that there's 24. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Smart Table Applications. Now, before we get too far into the applications, let's talk about the difference. So what is an activity pack? What is an application for the Smart Table? An activity pack would be an entire lesson created by a teacher. So an activity pack might include multiple choice. It might include hotspots, addition, media, paint. All of the different applications are included in an activity pack. So an activity pack is an entire lesson for the students to engage with on the Smart Table. A Smart Table application, however, is just a single template. For example, multiple choice is an application. So the teacher could open and customize that application to include the exact multiple choice questions that he or she wanted their students to answer. So application is a single template for a single activity, and an activity pack is an entire lesson, including all of the different applications that were customized. So hopefully that's helped you grasp the difference between those two. Remember the last thing we selected was applications, and we have 24. As we scroll through the list here, you can see those publisher names over here on the right-hand side, those third-party organizations that are creating these applications. And we have applications for phonics, math, sorting objects, color and shape. If you find a particular application that you like the look of, you can choose this click to preview option right here. Some of the previews are just a single screenshot like we see right here. For other previews, you might have a variety of screen captures available. Let's take a look at this place value train. See here it says there's page 1 of 4 available in this preview window, and this arrow over here on the right allows us to scroll through and take a look at the different screen captures to get an idea of what this application might look like when we install it to our smart table. If you like the look of a particular application, you can click the green download button here, and this will download to your desktop. So let's take the flashcards one here. And once it's downloaded, you'll have the option to click where it downloaded, and it'll open inside of your Smart Table Toolkit, listed as one of your available applications over here on the left. So you can see in mine that I have a variety of new applications: Bubble Phonics, flashcards, Object Sort, and Octopus Numbers are all things that I have downloaded from the Smart Exchange and installed into my table toolkit. If you want to include one, it's the same way that we did with the standard included applications. You would simply include the checkbox next to it. For some of them, when you click on them, you'll see an option that tells you how to customize it. Very few of these applications will allow you to customize them inside of the table toolkit. Remember, they are created and designed by third-party companies. So many of them will have some kind of a button in their customize window that allows you to go to their customization window outside of the table toolkit. Bubble Phonics and the flashcards both look like they give you the option to customize them. Object Sort, however, gives us that application is not customizable. So keep that in mind, that some of the third-party applications cannot be customized and some of them can. So once again, Octopus Numbers, not customizable. Let's take a look at one of the customizable ones. We'll choose the flashcards option here. And when you click the button, Customize Flashcards, most of them will open inside of your web browser with a step-by-step set of instructions for how to customize this. So create your card deck, start by dragging images to the area below, then click on the text box to edit the words for each card, press the tab to go to the next card, and so on. As you go through, typically at the very bottom, you'll have a Save Activity button, and when you click the Save Activity, it saves into the table toolkit. So back into this space here is where it will save, but there typically is not a preview included for these third-party applications. In order to preview, in other words, in order to see what the activity will look like after it's been customized, you will need to save it to a USB and take it to your smart table in order to do that. So for this first portion of the video, we looked at how to add these applications to your table toolkit. It's as simple as downloading and clicking on the download, which launches your table. Once an application is launched inside of the table toolkit, it is a permanent part of this software. So if I were to close out of my Smart Table Toolkit and launch my Table Toolkit again, each of those newly installed applications is listed on the left, and they will continue to be a part of my Table Toolkit until I choose to remove them. So in just a moment, we're going to take a look at how to install those applications onto the Smart Table so that if you install an activity pack that includes one of those applications, it will function on the table. And keep in mind that you will have to install the application before students will actually be able to engage in an activity on the table. So two steps: install to the table toolkit, also install to the table.